Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling like something is watching you? That's exactly what happened to Daniel. But what he discovered in his grandfather's mansion was something far worse than he ever imagined. Daniel never believed in ghosts. He thought the stories about his grandfather's abandoned mansion were just small-town myths. People whispered about the house, saying no one could live there for long, but Daniel thought it was nonsense. Until the fourth night. At exactly 3:12 a.m., he woke up, not from a nightmare. Number it was something else. A sound, whispers, right outside his bedroom door. His pulse raced as he listened. The whispers were low, almost unintelligible, but one word kept repeating over and over. Come, come, come. Grabbing his phone, Daniel turned on the flashlight and stepped into the hallway. The whispers were gone. The air was ice cold. He checked every room upstairs. Nothing. Just silence. And then he saw it. A door. A door that wasn't there before. At the end of the hallway, where there should have been only a wall, was now an old wooden door, covered in deep, jagged claw marks. His breath caught in his throat. He knew this door wasn't there before. But somehow, it was now. His gut told him to turn back, to ignore it. But curiosity, no, something else, pulled him forward. His hand trembled as he reached for the knob. It twisted easily. The door creaked open. Behind it was a narrow staircase leading down. But there was no basement in this house. There never had been. The air seeping from below was damp, rotten, the scent of something long forgotten. His flashlight flickered as he took the first step, and then the door slammed shut behind him. Daniel spun around, yanking at the knob, but it wouldn't budge. His heart pounded as a voice, low, guttural, echoed from below. You should not have come. Shadows shifted. Something was there, not one, not two, dozens. The sound of long, scraping nails against the wooden steps sent a shiver down his spine. Then it appeared. A gaunt, twisted figure with hollow, soulless eyes, its mouth stretched into an impossibly wide grin, its limbs cracked as it crawled up the stairs, its long, blackened nails digging into the wood. And then it spoke. "We've been waiting," Daniel screamed. He stumbled backward, his head slamming against the steps. Darkness swallowed him whole. When he woke up, he was in his bed. Morning light streamed through his curtains. His heart pounded as he sat up, breathless. Was it all a dream? Then he saw it. His feet were covered in dirt, as if he had walked through that basement. And on the wall, carved deep into the wood, were 3 words, "See you soon." Daniel moved out that same day. He never spoke of what happened in that house, but the nightmares never stopped. Sometimes, late at night, he would wake up, drenched in sweat, convinced he could hear whispers in his room. Faint, distant, but unmistakable. One night, months later, he received a phone call. The number was unknown. Against his better judgment, he answered. At first, silence. Then that same guttural whisper. "We found you." Daniel dropped the phone. His pulse pounded in his ears. His new apartment, miles away from the mansion, suddenly felt smaller. The air grew thick, heavy. He could hear footsteps in the hallway outside his bedroom. He turned slowly toward his closet. The door was open just a crack, though he knew he had shut it before bed. A shadow shifted inside. His breathing hitched. He reached for his phone, but the battery was dead. The whisper came again, closer now. "Come." The closet door creaked open wider, revealing a darkness that seemed deeper than it should be. A low scratching noise filled the air, nails dragging against the wooden floor. Daniel wanted to move, to run, but he was frozen in place. And then, a hand, long and twisted, emerged from the darkness. The last thing he heard before everything went black was the sound of something crawling toward him. The next morning, his apartment was empty. No signs of struggle, no belongings left behind. It was as if he had never been there at all. But on the closet door, carved in deep, jagged letters, were the words, "Welcome home."